Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I'm wearing a pullover today. It has gotten pretty cold in Germany lately, and as you know, the prices for heating are pretty much rising. That's why I didn't really heat up my flat yet and I just feel cold, so I couldn't bear wearing that short dress I wore for the pictures on my Instagram in case you saw them. And therefore I just chose a white sweater for today's look, because I'm going to be Nahida from Genshin Impact today. She's my favorite Archon, and fun fact, I just pulled her when the update got out, so I'm currently building her and it's so much fun. Also, my preparations for going abroad and staying in Japan slowly take form. I finally submitted my application for the school and hopefully can book my flight soon and get an apartment and everything. It's so crazy as it's just been 2 months until then, and I'm like really excited. But I of course still want to do like more makeup tutorials. I mean, I just got started out, so I definitely want to build a base with that. But be prepared that there will be less from January to April next year, as I'm just not sure whether or not I can film some in Japan and if I will be able to prepare enough to film beforehand. But if you're still interested in my cosplay, please go visit my Instagram or TikTok. And if you're interested in my journey in Japan, just stay here, watch my vlogs, and maybe also follow my private Instagram where I'm posting about my journey there. So let's get started with the actual makeup tutorial. As you can see, I put in my lenses already. I will link them and every product I use down in the description. And I also grabbed myself a hairband to put my hair out of the way for doing the makeup. Today I'm not using any tape because it's just not needed for the look. Therefore I will just use it to put my hair away. That can look, for example, like these. I'm just using like a hairband so that my bangs will not fall into my face too much. So let's get started. As always, I'm going to start off with applying some primer. I simply will put it like a cream all over my face. Today I'm using a new makeup sponge, don't forget to switch them out regularly. And with that I'm going to apply my foundation. I put a bit on it on the sponge and apply it in a tapping motion all over my face. Make sure to blend it as well as possible so that it doesn't look patchy later. For a high covering foundation like this one, I also suggest applying some of it on your neck and applying it all over your face to prevent patchiness. If you like the products I'm using, I will link them down in the description. After that, I'm going to use some concealer. I first applied everywhere I want and then blend it out later, but if you're not as experienced in doing makeup and are maybe a little slower than I am, I suggest blending every section out first and then continue on with the next one. As you can see, I'm using concealer all around my eyes to make them look a little brighter, as my concealer is lighter than my actual skin tone, which adds up to that youthful look I'm going to create for Nahida. When I'm finished with using the high pigmented makeup products, I'm going to finish everything off with a transparent powder. For this look, I'm using the BH Opalescent palette again. It's my favorite one and it's the only one I'm using for this. And I start off with this orange-brown shade for the base shade. I'm applying it all over my upper eyelid and a little outwards, as I'm having really badly hooded eyes and otherwise it will not be that visible. And then continue under my eye. Make sure to leave some blank space between your lash line and the shade you're applying, as that will be important later on to create the round eyes look for Nahida. This time it's quite an unusual routine. I'm going to start off by applying some lashes. Just put a thin line of glue on them and then you're ready to put them in place. I will bend them to make them more curved and extend them below my eye. This will help make my rather slanted eyes appear more round in the end. Make sure to place the inner end of the lashes more towards the middle, as we will need some part that's left over so that we can extend it under our eye. Afterwards, push them in place until they're satisfied and make sure that every area is actually sticking to your eye, as it's really annoying when they will come off later. I also left some space between my lashes and the fake lashes, as that will help with creating the round look of the eyes. And that's how it's looking so far. Now we can take a short break while we wait for the glue to dry, and it's time to drink something and stay hydrated. It's easy to forget that while doing makeup, so I include it in all of my videos because it's important to look after your health as well, and not just your looks. I really managed to forget filming my eyeliner, but it's in the description. We start off by filling in the space between the fake lashes and our actual lash line. Then we connect that line towards the inner corner of our eye. Make sure it's connected with the fake lashes and not just with the eyeliner line you drew before. Otherwise it will look very unnatural. I then draw a line straight up from the outer edge of the lashes. And then connect this one in a small wing back to the lashes. Don't forget to fill in that triangular completely, otherwise it will look kinda weird. We then of course repeat on the other side. Also, please don't forget that my videos are sped up and I'm not drawing this in real time, so please don't feel pressure to do it as fast. It took me at least 10 minutes to draw that eyeliner. I then extend the line towards the inner corner of my eye. Because if my eye should look longer in general, it cannot just get longer on one side. After that, add a small curve that's pointing towards the middle of your lower lash line if you would extend it. Next up, I'm going to draw on some fake lashes. Start off by marking the lashes with points. And also note that at least those 2 points I made right here have to be on the part of your eye that moves when you squint it. Otherwise it will not be possible to make proper facial expressions later. And we want our makeup to naturally move along, don't we? The third and fourth lash will point towards my cheekbones and will be at the part that we already drew on. I then try to make small triangles out of the points I made before to extend it a little and make it look sorta like these. As you can see, when I'm smiling they're moving along, which makes my eyes and the whole makeup look a little more natural. I then continue with this brown shade to draw on some aegyo. Make sure to draw it on the part that's not squinted to make your eyes pop, and make the line follow along the false lashes you drew and not your actual eye. Otherwise, the fake eye shape will not be created properly. I then use this darker color to give the whole thing a little more depth. Especially under your pupil, the line should be darker. I then use this orange shade for shading a little and giving my aegyo a little softer and faded out look. Next up is some highlight, you could call it. I apply the eyeshadow as shown to make my eyes look a little wider and brighter. My eyes and nose make a kinda deep shadow there, and I want it to look softer from afar. Next, I'm using this glittery eyeliner to add some highlight to the look. I add a small line slightly above the shadow to make my eyes pop even more. Also, do not extend it towards the inner corner of your eye and simply put it on the squinted part of your eye. Add it where the light would most likely reflect if your eyes would actually be that poofy. Next I'm going to add some blush, even if it's eyeshadow as well. I just apply it all around my eye and on my cheekbones. It gives at least my face a softer and more youthful look in general. I also add some color on my chin and below my nose. Next up is some highlighter. I just love using highlighter, especially on my nose, as it makes it appear just so much more cute. I also can never refrain from adding some on my cheekbones as well. Before doing our lip makeup, it's a perfect time to drink a sip of water again. Always make sure to stay hydrated. For Nahida, I decided to use this pink lip gloss. And I just apply it all over my lips. I waited with the mascara until the end, as I wanted to make sure that my lashes are really dry and really in place, as I'm always so scared they will come off when I'm doing that. Be careful to just apply it to your upper lashes, as you don't want to create the fake lashes look we made. And we're done! And that's it already again for today's makeup tutorial. As always, please like and subscribe, maybe leave a comment. I'm grateful for every support I can get. I hope you could enjoy this tutorial and see you next time!